Wrapping up another Board of Education candidate, I am here with Mahesh Aitha, and he is running for the Board of Education of Frederick County, looking for your vote on the 14th. Welcome, Mahesh.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate the time and effort you are putting into reaching out to the candidates and listening their vision and everything. So which is important. So everybody, I appreciate for your time and effort in doing it. Thank you.
It is my pleasure. Well, I've got a few questions from some parents that I've been asking all the candidates. But first, let's get started with what made you run this election cycle? What was it that kind of said, I need to do this?
That's a great question. So let me begin a little bit with my background. So I am a biomedical scientist and I have a 4 years old and have a happy family and happy life. So 4 to 5 years ago, we started doing since me and my wife are working and we settled in Frederick and things are going great and we have a boy. So we started what gives more happiness, being we are happy, but at the same time what else we can do to make it more happy. Then we started doing community service, so that's what giving us more happiness. Then I started doing language schools in the area, then involving with more STEM activity and doing pretty much the I do involve with our homeowners association board. So things doing sharing the happiness with the community, I'm feeling more happy. That's why I started doing large. So when I see the board of education, I see people are talking about so much of the everything, but not the education. That's why I just want to step it up, and I want to step up, and I want to do myself, and I want to bring all good things to the board and talk about the education, the real issues, the teachers, the students, and the science, technology, whatnot. So that's why I stepped up and I'm running for this cycle.
Yeah, no, that's admirable, actually. It's, I think it takes a lot to throw your hat in the ring and kind of, put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, in trying to improve things. And so I think that that's great. One of the questions, well, first, let's start with, what do you feel are the top 3 priorities for FCPS if you were to be elected? What are the first 3 things you would want to focus on?
Sure. So my top three things going to be, the first thing, I always start with the education system, which is the educators. So educators is the teachers. So the teachers are underappreciated, the amount of the work they put in, because the teaching is not a profession, it's a service. So they are making the next generation. So I grew up from a culture where we treat teachers with the utmost respect, and we treat teachers like equal to the God. Next to after the parents, they are shaping the next generation. So here I don't see that kind of respect to the teachers when we go out or when we go there. So I want to make sure we address the teachers and the school staff as well as the administrators, because these are the ones driving force and heart of the schools. Then the next thing, I want to make sure every child in the Frederick County has access to the high quality education. So that includes the special education needs children, that includes the, regardless of the race, their economic status, every child in the Frederick County should access to the high quality and the best education. So that's, I'm going to focus on. So whatever it takes, it can be a budget, it can be the technology, it can be anything. Then the third important thing which I am focusing on, revamping our FCPS with the technology. So the 21st century STEM, artificial intelligence, robotics, all those programs. At the same time, we want to make sure we bring the diversity into the school. So those are the 3 top things which I'm going to do it. But there are so many other things I'm going to work on them as well. So.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of different things that need to happen kind of all at once, which I don't know how you guys are going to do that. But the budget for FCPS is about $900 million. I think there is about I thought $25 million shortfall. Somebody else told me, I think recently, it's closer to 50. And large cuts are coming in. What is your proposal on how we make the budget either work or find more money, or do the things that everybody is suggesting we need to do?
So it's again, the budgets are important, because that's where we do the things. If we don't have a money, we cannot deliver the things, or we cannot do the amount of the work we want to put in. So but it's also important. So right now, this year, it's around like a 45 million short budget cut for the FCPS schools. It doesn't mean the money what we have, we cannot do the things, but we need to prioritize what we want to make sure we take care, and what we want we can like delay the for a little bit, because 45 million is around like a 5% budget cut right now we have. The amount we FCPS submitted to the county council. I was seeing the budget. So our budget, if you see, 80% of the money we are paying to the salaries, and the remaining is for like the resources and the facility maintenance and the other things. So, but the first thing I would review budget with all the FCPS staff to make sure where we can able to see, where we can able to renegotiate the contracts, or where we can able to save. So, from my experience, I'm a treasurer of our homeowners association. So when I took into office, we were under budget. We were around like 80,000 deficit budget. But after we took it, we reviewed every single contract, and we saved the money which doesn't make sense. Then we scrap those. We replaced with the other contracts, with other vendors, and we are into the 500,000 surplus budget right now. So I have experience to work with the budgets and stuff. So my plan is to have a long term budget plan. So long term viable budget plans, make sure we sustain what we have. At the same time, we don't lay up the, because that will, because we don't want to, because of the budget cannot remove the people, because those people are important, and those teachers and the educators and administrators are important, and those are the heart. So we keep them at the same time, but we cut down where unnecessary expenditure are some of the programs, and we look for more budget opportunities. Because I was seeing this for the special education, federal government has to spend around like a 50% for our support our special education. It's but recently I was looking, we are only getting 13% from the federal government. So those are the things where we can able to look for the new opportunities for the money we can go to. And I'm also thinking to open up some of the public private partnerships, like so if you take a new initiative, so we can open up for like the charity. So for example, if you go to the universities, right, so people have it like a people if they try to build up a student center or anything, they open up for the public private partnership. So people chip in, people donate the money. So that way we can, there is a pretty good alumni in Frederick County. They are like a wealthy and trying to give it back to the society. So we can able to tell them, say, here are the opportunities. If anybody wants to chip in the money, I mean, why not, we can put into the public schools. So
Yeah. Very good. Okay. One of the questions that parents asked or they're concerned about is the school overcrowding and the seemingly delay of new construction of schools that are needed. Specifically, I know Brunswick is a hot topic right now. What do you propose to do about the overcrowding?
So I am from a new, recently developed development, so I know the overcrowding issue, how it can affect. Because when you move to the community, people think you go to one public school, but when there is a lot of influx coming and there is so much crowd, then the redistricting and there is a new schools, it's always the case. So I propose a long term plans, and with respect to the next 10 years, how much influx we're going to get in. Next 20 years, how much influx we're going to get in. But to me, for example, you gave a Brunswick, that's a good example. We see so much influx coming into the Frederick, which is good. The growth is good, but at the same time, we want to make sure we have enough resources to get that like viable for those growth. So to give an example, Oakdale Elementary School, right? As soon as it started with the porter, right? Right now it's a 170% capacity. So that means, so we should anticipate if there is a recent development or new development coming in, we should anticipate the growth, and we need to have our own plans. So again, that comes with the budget. But these developers are making a pretty good money out of the Frederick County, so we should make sure we have a pretty good agreements in place for they are providing the resources for the schools, and like build the new school buildings and all the things we need to make sure we give them before we even get the approval. So Frederick County is growing 10% a year. That's not case in any other county in the state right now. So the closest county is a Carroll County, that is a 2 quarter percent. So Frederick County last 3 to 4 years is growing 10% a year. So we are growing at record speed. So but we want to make sure we need the funds right now, not like the next 5 years or 10 years, because we are getting all these new families or new people coming in. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, Special education, obviously, in the news recently, and parents, even parents who don't have kids who need additional assistance are concerned about what is the way moving forward for FCPS and special education.
sure. So special education. So when our campaign's goal is to provide the high quality education to the every child in the Frederick County, that includes the special education needs children as well. So if we see our special education, there is a lot of misconception in the society as well as in the school system itself. People think special education is easy, but it's not. And there are so much rumors I'm hearing from the community as well as the teachers. But first, we need to bring the awareness to the community as well as support the teachers who are doing the special education. Because special education is not easy. Education itself is hard, but if the kid has a special need, that multiplies the challenge of educating the kids. So I think it requires the community support to these teachers as well as the students. So we want to make sure we provide that and we put it into the system. The next is the resources and the technology. So we need to integrate the special education classroom with the highest possible technology possible. And also the special education, I'm hearing from I spoke with a lot of special education teachers. So what I'm hearing is most of these special education schools they combine the students regardless of their, the based of special needs or category. I think we need to segregate depends on their the special needs, so that way those kids can be addressed and taught properly. And the teachers also, we need to provide the teachers to the professional development courses, so the whatever the possible, the newest professional course development or like a teaching development, we need to provide the teachers, so that way at least they are equipped with the technology available to teach these kids. Again, the more important is the community support. The community support is the key, as well as the parents. We need to work with the teachers and the parents. Yeah.
Yes, yes, for sure. Um, the a process for approving or disproving books that are in the library. What are your thoughts on the process, maybe as it stands now, and maybe anything you may have to offer on that process to make parents feel like they are included in that?
Sure. So my goal is to have a long-term plan, and just like have a policy that works for the broader with the broader view and broader concepts. Because if you start banning the books, then it won't end. Because, for example, if you go to other county, a few parents or few group have an issue with the science books, then they start banning the science books. So banning is not a solution. If the student wants to read any book right now in this era, they can have access to the any book possible, because the technology, they have internet, they have a phone. So to me, the main important thing is to, I agree, you should allow the kids with the age appropriate books. I agree, because I am a parent. I don't want to have my child to read something which is not suitable to his age. But if he is in the school, so we need to look into those areas where the kid can able to have access to the books which are appropriate to his age. But banning the books may not set up a good precedent, and it can lead to pretty chaotic situations, because then where we going to end? Because there is always problem. I mean, someone has a problem with some book, right? So banning is not a solution to me. So we need to have a long-term policy where are the policy with the bipartisan people. So just get the policy right, and these are the books are recommended by this this committee. So that those are the books only we're going to have it, or we can have access to the people. But always we need to have a books access age appropriate to the kids. That's the first. Then make sure we have a long-term plans as well as the broader view, like a broader concepts and broader like a policy. So it shouldn't be the case by case, or the school by school, or the board by board, or the county by county. Then if you start doing those, then it's not going to solve the problem. So
Yeah. Um, Policy 443 has some parents up in arms. What is your stance on the policy as it is right now, and do you have any additional thoughts on that?
So policy 443, I read into, I looked into. So right now, I support the policy 443 right now as it is. But if I as a parent, if anyone wants my opinion, for the newer schools, if you see the gender, like the gender bathrooms, the unisex bathrooms, the newer schools, I think we are pretty equipped because we have a unisex bathroom. So if anybody is not comfortable using the the male or female bathroom, they can go and they can use those. But if in the older schools, those were not equipped. So maybe we need to provide the unisex bathroom so that way at least we keep these kids if someone is not comfortable using the general bathroom, but they can be able to go and use the unisex bathroom, so they don't have to worry about it. So though some of the areas I think we can work together to make sure we address the parents issues, because and the other thing also, taking the parent into the consideration when the student is making some choices, I think that's important, because the families as a parent, if my kid is wants to have some other some of his choices, from the family should be taken into the consideration in any of these decisions, because the family should be informed. Parents should know, that way at least everybody is in kept the loop. So especially the younger kids, if the kid is in the high school or the close to graduate the high school, it's a different story. At least the kid is making his decisions. But if the kid is in elementary school, I would say the family needs to be taken care into the consideration about this kid choices and those things, because it's important. The kid cannot, because as per the science, the kid's mind develop till the the 25 sometime. I mean that's what the science tells. So when they are making some of these decisions, I think the family should be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
But there are so many good qualities in a 443 which I really like them, like giving the treating everybody with the respect, and every child should have a access what they need and the rights what they have. So I like it. So
Okay, very good. Let me look here. I think the teacher shortage. So right now there is, it's just people aren't going to school to be teachers. Immediately there is a need to help kind of with the overcrowding issue by, maybe bringing in some other people. What are your suggestions for the immediate need for educators and then the long-term plan? How do we resolve that?
so one of my first goal I said was taking care of the educators. So that includes, we need to have a the proper solution. So that includes, first of all, we need to build the respect into the teaching profession. If somebody is teaching, they should say with the proud. So we are teachers. There is no other profession equals to the teachers, because teachers are making the any other profession, teachers are making them. So let's get regardless of these elections, just as a society, I'm appealing everybody. If you see a teacher next time, thank them for their service. Make sure you ask them, is there anything I can do for you to do your job better? That's I appeal everybody. Just do that, regardless of this. I am not talking about this election. Just when you see a teacher, just thank them for their service. See the change it comes. Then the next thing, the salaries. So the people leaving, because we need to understand that when they are teaching, they are not making enough money with their, if the same amount of the work they put into the other profession. So we need to make sure we support the teachers. See how can we increase their salaries. That's about salaries is the first thing. But if it includes with the budget, and we may not increase them right away, but there are other things we can able to help them to continue their job. So see some of these artificial intelligence are the other newer technologies to reduce the teachers' workload. Maybe they can deliver. So right now the teachers are burdened. The teachers' workload is a lot. So most of the teachers are leaving the profession within the first 5 years. 50% of the teachers are leaving their profession. So we need to talk to them and see why they are leaving, why they are driving 2 hours, 3 hours to teach rather than in Frederick County. People are living in Frederick County and driving a couple of hours to teach. Why is the case? Why can't we make them stay here and teach for the Frederick County kids? So that's my goal. So we will do a recruiting drive all over the communities to make sure we attract our talent and our teachers into the Frederick County, not going far away to teach. I think it's the teachers. If you don't keep our teachers into the Frederick County and they are leaving into the other counties, are leaving out of the profession, it's hard to attract the people from outside because we have enough people here. We want to make sure we can train them, we can keep them here, and we keep them to train the next generation teachers in our school. So that's it. The teachers are the key. Teachers are the key. So we everybody has to work together. We work with the community partners. We work with the so we have a Frederick Community College, Hood College. We have so many like universities in here. So we work with the universities. We work with these nonprofits to have some professional development programs for the teachers as well as so the teaching courses. So there are the teaching diploma, the teaching course. There are like we can subsidize them if somebody wants to go to those courses, and we can help them to get their degrees, like the teachers accreditation degrees. We can help them to get them. So at least we support them, and they make sure they continue working for the Frederick County. So I think we got to do that. So.
Yeah, I definitely think it's important that we have a plan in place to keep, that profession going here in Frederick, and to have people who are local, live here, work here. I think that's important. The parents have asked, and I am actually wondering do you feel it is a responsibility for FCPS to prepare kids for life things like how to read a lease, how to, navigate your checking account, money matters, financial issues. Do you think that there is space in the curriculum to help kids when they graduate come out with some life lessons?
That's important. So everybody coming out of the high school either should be ready with the college preparedness or the career readiness. That's one of our goal. If you go to our website, you can see that. So I want to make sure the kids are when they are in high school or late middle school, they should be looking into those paths. Whether they want to. So right now, only unfortunate thing is only 40% of the kids coming out of the public schools know whether they are going to the college or like which career they want to choose it. But the 60% are figuring out after they graduate from the high school. That shouldn't be the case. I want 100% of the kids to know by once they are coming out of the school whether they are going into the college or the career. So that's the first thing. Then the financial literacy. Every kid has to know the financial literacy. So we need to make into the. So I was talking with the one non-profit organization. So they teach the kids financial literacy. I met them at the Rotary Club in Urbana. So I was asking, like, can you guys able to come to the schools and do that? Yes, they offer. So there are so many organizations teaching them, but we need to make sure that we go out there and like we collaborate with them and we advocate to bring them and we have those work lessons or like the workshops in the schools to teach our kids. So to take care of their financials, because when they go out and do in the college, everybody these kids gonna be going into the independent careers, so they need to have those financial literacy. That's important because it's always the key, right? So it's not how much money you make, but it's how much money you save. So the everybody should know these. So we got to, it's financial literacy is the one thing. The other thing also the vocational courses, the like electric courses, plumbing courses, all those. If somebody doesn't want to go to the college, but they should be ready with their career. So all these courses we need to be inbuilt into the program, so that way at least if one kid is graduating of the high school doesn't want to go to the college, at least they are ready with their career. So we need to make some of these internships while they are in high school, collaborating with these local small businesses or the local companies here. So we need to make sure we have some programs in place and expand the career technology center access. So that's also important. So
yeah, for sure. All right. I think that is it for the parent side of the question. So I am going to give you the floor, so to speak, and allow you to tell voters why they should vote for you on May 14th. And I will have put up your website onto the screen when I and when we actually air this on the stream. But yeah, please let voters know why they should vote for Mahesh Aitha.
Sure. So I'm sure. I mean, you are watching today or you're tomorrow. But let me give my story and why I'm running and why you have to vote for me because there are 17 candidates running, so it's not easy. But let me make the things easy for you. So my name is Mahesh Aitha. I am a first generation immigrant. I grew up to my parents where they both of them did not have a high school education, but both of them work hard and determined, and they invested in mine and my siblings' education. That's why I'm here today. So I have a master's degree from Tennessee State. Then I went to Ohio for my PhD. Then I was at Penn State for my postdoc. Right now I am working as a biomedical scientist. I have a happy life, but the happiness I believe the happiness is when I share with the community. That's why I'm doing this. So why I choose the board of education? Because education is the only one thing transform my life. So if my parents did not believe in the education, I'm not here in front of you talking to you, and I wouldn't be running for the board of education. So education is the only one thing transform my life. So I want to share the education what changed my life, the community. I want to share that happiness. I want to share that education to the community. That's why I'm running this. So to do that, you can go to our website. That's www.maheshaitha.org to see our policies and what we believe in and how we're going to do it. And I hope you all resonate with our vision and our goals. And I hope you all support our campaign and you vote for us. So I would ask all you to go ahead and do your research with all the candidates. Please go ahead and vote. So whether you are a so Board of Education primaries, it's a bipartisan election, and regardless of the party affiliation, you can vote. So go ahead and do your research, and please go ahead and vote. Voting is important. Voting is the only one thing your voice can be heard in the democracy. So I'm appealing all you to go ahead our website. That's maheshaitha.org and look our policies and go out and vote. The early voting closes tomorrow, but the 14 is a Maryland primary day. So you can find my name on the top of the ballot on the candidates list. Thank you. Thank you, Danny, for giving the opportunity.
Well, we thank you so much for the time, and really, again, every single candidate, I have to tell you, I give you total props for doing this, because I know it's hard work and it's a bit chaotic and hectic, and I mean, I think it's tough to run for election nowadays. So really, you guys are fantastic for wanting to make changes instead of sitting back and letting somebody else do it. So we wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll be able to chat with you after the election, and you've been elected onto the Board of Education. So good luck.
Thank you, Danny. And good luck and congratulations for your recent good morning, Frederick too. So that's what everybody has to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.